Hey guys, I'm going to be showing you how to turn on your GC headspace systems on. So you will not have to do any of these initial steps. This is just for your information if you were to do it alone. Okay, so first things first, we would turn on our gases. We have here hydrogen, helium, and compressed air. So typically in other instruments, these would be around 60 to 65. And these two are, this one's at 60 to 65 psi and 60 to 65 psi. But our helium is actually going to be at 100 psi. This is just because it has to compensate for that, the headspace inside our vials. So we have to put it at 100. So all you guys have to do is come over here and check that the pressure is correct on this guy. So you go ahead and check. You always want to get used to that whenever you're working with instruments. You never want to have the incorrect pressure just because it could damage your instrument and it would shut down on you. So we don't want to do that. So these are already on. All you have to do is check the pressures. Okay, so you would come over here and there is a switch on the back of this. And you would turn it on. It's already on, so it's nice. Here, this is touchscreen. You guys will not be playing with this interface, so just FYI, don't touch this. And this is the Agilent and Tuvo 9000 GC system. Remember, for our reports, we always want to note the name of our systems. Okay, then we have our headspace sampler. So this is a 7697A headspace sampler from Agilent. So as you can see here, this is the door. We can close this, but we can also leave it open during runs. So that's fine. The only thing you are allowed to touch here is the tray park carousel. So it's just, to get to that vial space. So we have one, so you guys are going to be placing your samples in vial 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Yeah, we can control this from the outside, but we're going to be using the software to control that. Okay, to show you guys the inside of this GC system, we're going to go over here to this one that's not on. So we're going to go ahead and open this. First, here in the top compartment, you're going to find your FID. It's this little block right here. It's really small. And then we have our GC column. So as you can see, it looks quite different than the conventional GCMS oven. This has a direct heating panel, which allows for very efficient and fast methods. It can, it heats up faster and it cools down faster. So the reproducibility on this instrument is actually very, very, very good. It can, it doesn't change much in even months wise. So that's nice. So that's all you guys need to see from that. Oh, but just make sure you get the name of the column. So remember, we always want to note the name of our column. So that's that. Okay. So for your reports, the only thing you need to, hit on in regards to instruments is your headspace sampler. And then we have our transferred column, which is a inert wax capillary. That's where gas travels into our GC system. And then you would go into explaining the column and our FID. So those are important components of this guy. Okay, oh, and just to let you know, we are running this in splitless mode. Okay, so one thing to note whenever you guys are prepping samples, so these are headspace vials. We will never, for this instrument, you never want to fill it up more than 50% of the vial. And whenever you are ready to run, you always want to make sure that the inside of your cap is actually dry. The way the headspace works, it doesn't work well if it's wet. So you just want to be careful with that, okay? You don't want it to be wet from the inside, on the top of the cap. Okay, so let's see. All right, okay, so if you want to see the retention times of all your compounds, you can go ahead and click injection results, and this is going to pop up, and it's going to give you, for whatever is highlighted, the retention time, area, and all that good information. So you guys could look at this if you had more time to play with the program, but you don't. But all you guys will do, okay, well, let me see. Okay, so that's how you would process your method. And then if I wanted to make a report, I would go to reporting. See here we have that. We're gonna hit this guy. You can make your own reporting template. You can say, you know, I want my chromatogram here, I want my retention results here, and any other information you want. So you can make this look however you want to, but you guys aren't gonna do that. I already made a report template for you. So you would go ahead and click this guy, and it will report all our data into this pretty looking file. So see, we have all of our samples here because I have them all selected here. If I don't select that and I want to select one, it's only gonna, you know, report that one method. We'll have to refresh it, but just make sure you select all of them and it's gonna report all of your runs. Okay, so that's how you would do, how you would make a method and a processing method and a report template. But what do you guys want to know? So say you know, we already ran our samples, everything's done. We're gonna go to projects. You're gonna start data analysis. So this is what you guys have to do, okay? So after your run's done, go to projects, start data analysis. Okay, so, you know, say after we run stuff, you'll see files there, but just use Rachel's. So you're gonna go into your file. You're gonna let that open, and then you're going to, you won't be able to see the calibration curve just because, you know, if you're the first person, you're only gonna have 2 data points, and that's not enough for a calibration curve. But actually, so never mind. So since I want everyone to have to play with this, you're actually gonna open, yeah, you're gonna open, like, I could have stayed there, damn. You're gonna open Rachel's data, all right, for her class. So you're gonna go into Rachel's section because she already has all the calibration runs. Well, Okay, yeah, no, it's for practice. Okay, so you guys are going to go to her run, and then you can play around here. You can look at the calibration. Go ahead and, you know, just deselect this and then go select them again, just so you have a feel of selecting stuff. But again, you can look at your results, retention time, blah blah. Okay, and then we want to make a report, so that's the main thing you want to do. So you go to reporting. Remember to select all of them, because we're gonna pretend that we ourselves ran all the calibration curves and all the unknowns. And then you're gonna select this file, and that's going to create our report. So that's here, and then you guys are going to save results, set summary report, and that's automatically going to save into our folder, and that's all you need to do for that part. And then we want to, okay, so after you turn on your instruments and you check that the readbacks on them are good, if anything's wrong, that would be in red and stuff will be beeping, but everything that seems to be good. You guys will go over here and go to control panel. So this is the program we're going to be using. Okay, so you'll automatically see this, the Forensics 2022 project. So you want to make sure you're in Intuvo Headspace, not FID. So go ahead and click Intuvo Headspace. and then we're gonna go ahead and hit launch. So I'm gonna go over how to make an acquisition method and processing method and project report template in this video. Okay, we'll let that load. Okay, so here we have the, here, let me turn this like that, acquisition method page. So it automatically opens up to forensics, but if you were wanting to do a new one, you know, whenever you run this on your own, you would click here, that new button, then you have all of your parameters to change. But we're gonna go ahead and look at the forensic one. And it's gonna be that guy. Okay, and you wanna note this information in your lab reports. So you're gonna get the information from this video. I don't want you to do it when it's your time to run, just so we can save time and have everyone run in a timely manner. Okay, so right, let's go over the inlet. So first thing, inlet, we have a split in inlet mode. So we want to note the heater is at 110 Celsius. The pressure is set to 21 with a total flow of 49.665 mils per minute. And we have our septum purge flow on for 3 mils per minute. And then we're going to note the split ratio. So we have a 10:1. So it's going to be our split flow, 42.43 mils per minute. So that's good. And then let's go to Intuvo flow path. So we have our guard chip temperature. So it's going to be, we set it to 110. And this is the ramp rate. So initial, we have value 110 Celsius, hold time 6.5 for a total runtime of 2.8. And then post run 110. Awesome. So you don't need to mention bus temperature. Let's go to column. So this is the name of our column, and it's actually different from the column that I mentioned in our past video, so my bad. So this is the name that you're going to be reporting in your reports. This is specifically made for a blood alcohol detection. So that's nice. So yeah, note that information. And then we have our flow, pressure, and our average velocity and hold time. So that you want to make sure you take note of this and you report that. Then we're going to go to our oven, and this is our oven ramp rate. It's set to 40 Celsius. We have a equilibration time of 1 minute. Maximum oven temperature, just telling you it's 260. And then you want to note this guy, okay? You want to note the value, hold time, and run time. And then post run and post run time. You don't have to worry about cycle time optimization. Okay, and then we have our detector. We have an FID, so that's very important to know in your reports, and you're gonna mention all these values, okay? So you can heater, airflow, H2 fuel flow, and makeup flow. You do not, let's do this. And then you're gonna mention your carrier gas flow correction, okay? So mention all this information. Okay, then we have our aux heaters. You're gonna mention this information. You don't have to mention events, so we're gonna skip over that. You don't have to do any of this. You don't have to do any of this. And that's it. So all these, you can, know them when you're actually running stuff, but all you have to worry about reporting is what we just went over. Okay, so that's nice. So here we have our Agilent, that's for our GC system. And now for our headspace sampler. So this is where we would see, kind of visualization of the cycling. So we have our vial equilibration time, and then loop fill, injection duration, purge time, and then it actually running. So that's cool to note. So it's a total method of 5.23 minutes. Our GC method, it's only 2.8 minutes, but overall 5.23 minutes. So we have the temperatures for our oven. So that's at 70 Celsius. And where the loop is going to be set to 70 Celsius, and the transfer line 90 Celsius. And that transfer line, again, it's this inert wax capillary that goes through here. Okay, so that's to note. Let's see, times. You want to note this. So you're gonna give this information in your report. You do not okay, yes, the only thing you have to know on your reports is a fill pressure, PSI, and this loop ramp rate. Okay, so this information I'm circling here. Okay, you don't have to worry about that guy, this guy, or that guy. So again, you're not going to be changing any of this. This is just to show you our acquisition method values. Okay, and then next we're gonna see, just exit, don't save. Okay, we're going to make a processing method for our data. So we would go to projects, and then we would start data analysis. Okay. So wait, let's do that one. Okay, so since I don't have any, runs here, I'm gonna go to Rachel's section. I'll just hit that guy. Okay, to make a new processing method. All right, so you can unclick these guys, and here we have our processing method. This is just how we're gonna process our data, and you don't have to report any of this. This is just to show you how you would go about making one. You can go into someone's old one and then save a new one from that. That's the easiest way that I know. But here you can see compound. You're gonna list what you have: ethanol and propanol, your expected runtime, your absolute window, and your relative retention window. So all that's already set up for us. And then calibration, that's again, we would just give this information so the program knows what to do with it. And then injection report, here is where your reports are going to be saving to. So whenever you actually run this on your own, you would save it to certain files, but ours is already set up. Okay, so now to show you how to look at the calibration curve here. So we're just going to use hers as an example since she already ran all the all her samples. We're going to hit here chromatograms. We can get rid of that. We're going to hit calibration curve, and then we don't need acquisition settings. Peak details, yeah, that's not okay. Peaks were that's okay. But here, as you can see, the program shows us a calibration curve, and it's it's pretty good, and that's pretty neat to look at. So this it tells us if we need to run it again or something, or if we did our samples wrong. And then you guys can see the peaks and the retention times and all that good information. And actually, let's see. No, let's go to camera. Okay, so I showed you guys how to look at your calibration curve using the program, but you guys, again, you might not be at that point where you can see everyone's results. So whenever you do run your own samples, you'll be able to see it under this folder. I'm just going to use Rachel's for an example. So you would go to mine, you would go to Karen's section, and then you would find your file. And all I need you to do is you're going to save your data. You're going to export your data as a .csv. So you would go here. It's going to be already CSV export. You can actually add one by clicking that, but it should be done already. You would hit run plugin, and then you would hit this button right here, reprocessing all, and that will automatically save it to our folder, which I will save on a USB and post on Canvas. Awesome. So that's whenever you run your own samples, you would do that for your own samples, not all of them, just your own. And you would have exported as a .csv. And actually you can go ahead and make a report only using your samples. So you would click, you know, on your sample, say you did an unknown A, and then you would go ahead and click BAC, and you would get this file over here, and you would save that, save as PDF. Oh, save results set summary report as PDF, and there, and that's what you do. And you, again, you don't have to save this to USB. I will be doing that, and that's all.